I feel like, and I've heard you talk about this to other people, is the church is really great at investing in quality content that only happens once.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like a pastor spent 25 hours in sermon prep, and he preaches it the one time, and we never hear it again. And this is a great idea of being able to share that with somebody, having clarity, because I know I've walked out of church services and go, oh, I wish somebody had heard that I knew. That's phenomenal. How do we take the content we create, besides podcasting and other ways, and make it shareable, make it accessible for people who may not be there?
Yeah, I mean, so syndication is key, right? So I'm going back to this whole media model. So I understand this is very weird to be like, hey, I'm here to change lives, Kevin. I'm not here to think about media and things like that. But you're listening to this podcast right now, right? And so media is all around us. We are all content creators. We're all media brands, whether we like it or not. Because my wife can share the daily happenings with us and our 3-year-old on Instagram. And so the key thing I'm thinking is, who are we trying to reach and where are they at, right? That can be one of the ways that church exemplifies welcoming and accessibility. Is it hard to connect with us? You know, this podcast is going to show up and have snippets on YouTube because both Jeff and Rob want to make sure you have easy access to information that can transform your ministry. They don't want access to be an excuse anymore. So they decided to work with the team and say, how can we make sure this is at the fingertips of anyone who needs to find it? Now, we talked about Jeff's earlier question about connection, right? I don't want to just overlook that part of it. You are saying this is an entry point for who and what do we want to do next? We have to have that clearly road mapped out, right? What do we want to happen next? Okay, if there's a podcast, to that earlier example, is designed to be shared with someone who could enjoy or benefit from this message, then I'm going to say to them, now we want you to take action on this, right? We understand we gave you some tips or some things that the Bible says about marriage. Here's what we want you to do. We have a simple one-page guide that will help you do the things and kind of walk you through this mental process to ask yourself the questions that Pastor brought up to you in today's message. If you go to our website / September the 1st, that's when the sermon aired, when the first sermon was preached, you can access this one-page download. Just give us your email address. Why do we want your email address? We actually care about you. We actually want to know who you are. We appreciate the fact you're listening. But to us, if you go through this journey alone, then we failed you as a church, as a community. So connection to us matters. We would love the honor for you to give up your anonymity for us to connect with you as an individual. When you say that people, that we don't want your journey alone, and you mean it, obviously you would as a church, then at that point you're saying, okay, that's how we're going to start to foster connection. We're going to start with this kind of virtual relationship, build trust, and invite them to actually connect with us individuals because we want to know them.